Hello and welcome to the Tuesday live stream. My name is Igor and this is the channel where we build and maintain open source and free-to-use applications. Recently we are focusing on our beloved IDE, Agentic IDE. This is the thing you can see, right here, yes, it's right there. This is Shikigami application. This is the Agentic IDE. I want it to be one of the best Agentic IDEs of 2026. So what you have here, well, you have the agentic coding area, which is what we are looking at now. It's empty, but no worries, we will start a few sessions today. Some of them will be oriented around the design, and last time I mentioned that I would like to try codex, use it more often, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try to improve our Docker area. This is a fresh thing recently, we added it recently. You may not know it yet. This is the Docker integration. Yes, it is built in our app now, so you don't have to switch to terminal, to start containers, to stop them, to jump into the in-container terminal. You can do it as well from Shikigami now. Hello chat. Yeah, so this is the agentic coding area, and you can switch to the editor area, to the code editor area. Let me show you. Let's open an example. For example, something from the other application that we worked on, and this is the open source application, which is the Who is Out of Office. This is a leave planner for small and medium teams. Fairly simple. Easy to set up, easy to test locally because fixtures are shipped, and you can test it as well. You can preview the code if you want. But okay, so this is the coding area, and there is also one more thing. You can work in a hybrid mode if you would like to. So on the left, the agentic coding, on the right, editor, and you can preview live what agents are working on. You can code with them if you want. That's really up to you as you like. But okay, today we're gonna focus on Shikigami. So let's take a quick look at our board. So this is what we worked on last time. Not everything that will be shipped today to production, but 3 of these things will be. So the improvement for the tabs list in the editor area. So it was difficult to move around with tabs. Now it's easy, pretty easy, because you can scroll or you can stack them if you want. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Then the revamped agent form as well will be available today, and the git blame annotations visualizations. Let me show you. Okay, so this is one of the things that we worked on, the revamped new agent form. Okay, then the editor area, visual improvement for the git blame. Okay, this is as well in production. Sorry, I mixed two different things. Okay, because I worked off stream yesterday in the evening, and sorry for confusion. So okay, but that means that we can move these cards into done. So let's do it now. And for today, I want to start working on Redis integration. So let's start an agent with a dedicated work tree with a high effort opus. This is what we usually use for new features and bug fixing. Okay, this is gonna be a new work tree, and this is selected by default for you when you switch to a new work tree as a working directory for an agent. So okay, Redis support. I am not quite sure if our code base is ready, so let's verify it first. We always want to make sure that the architecture is on the highest possible level of quality. This is what we care about. We don't want to ship some sloppy code. That's not what we do here. This isn't a Vibe coding channel. This is a Vibe engineering channel. So first thing to do before we start working on the Redis support, and by that I mean that you can add a Redis connection to the databases area. This is the one on the left, on the right side. So the right sidebar, and on the top there is a databases icon. You can click on it and you can define a connection. For now, that supports only MySQL. There is as well option to check a read-only connection. So what we're gonna do, we want to bring Redis as well. But as I said, so first thing, I want to verify if our code base is ready. So let's give it a prompt and give it time, and then we're gonna start another thing. As you know, we recently added a databases integration. It is using MySQL library, and I want you to verify if our code base is prepared for different providers that we want to bring to the application. So please verify if there is an interface, if there is an abstraction behind which we can hide or add new adapters for different connections. Especially I think about Redis connection. Okay, so this is in progress. Once we get the verification, yes or no, then we're gonna decide what to do next. So for now, this is a discovery session, and the next thing, let me show you. We have to take care. We recently updated the new agent form, so that as well needs to be applied. Sorry, let me move that to the left. That to the left. So we are ready. So let me move it into planning. That I'm moving into planning, and then the improvement for the settings modal, that I'm gonna move it into planning as well. Then the Git. Yeah, this is also something that I would like to have and ship as soon as possible, which is an option to open git blame. So we have that, we have git blame, and then you click on a specific date and the username, and then you should see preview of all changes that happened within that commit. Very useful. So let me already move it into in planning. Yeah, and the mono repo. Okay, maybe not today. Okay, so these three things for today. At least these three things. Okay. So another agent for default settings. Or redesign. Let's call it redesign, UI redesign, and it's gonna be a new work tree. Or you know what? Let's do it like this. So this one gonna be Claude. Claude option. Hi, new work tree. Yes, that is correct. But last time we tested codex to design workspaces tabs, and I'm not sure if you remember, but the design was slightly better. So in this case, let's as well start a codex as well, and let's ask codex to design it for us, and then we decide which option we will take. But that one, okay, as well, a dedicated work tree. And this is codex. Okay, so as usually, I'm gonna take a screenshot. So this is our default. This is the current state of default settings. And as a reference, let's take a screenshot of a new agent form as well, because we want to make these two consistent. Consistent and because the form is getting bigger, I'm wondering if it makes sense now already to have a 2 columns design. On the left, you can choose a topic of settings, and on the right side, you will see content of this area. So for example, first one could be default agent configuration or agent configuration, and then you click on it, and then on the right side you see the first part of that form, and then for example notifications, appearance, and all should be grouped in a logical way. So let's ask our agents to do that. And because I'm not sure if you know, but there is a voice option available for Claude, and as far as I know, it's not available for codex. If you know if they plan to bring it to codex, or if there is a workaround that actually works, you can let me know either in the chat now or later in the comments section. Maybe we can use it during our live streams. If not, then in this case I'm just gonna copy and paste prompt from Claude to codex to not retype everything. So okay, now it's time for the prompt. So we have screenshots, and the first one is Claude, so let's go. I want you to redesign and create a more consistent design for the default settings model. So the first picture shows a default settings model. The second one is the current state of a form that is responsible for creating a new agent session. And actually the new agent session form is the one that is now the design this is our desired design. So I want you to first create a 2 columns layout for the default settings. On the left side, I want you to show topics of settings, and on the right side, we're gonna render content of that settings topic. And then I want you to keep it consistent, especially in terms of default agent settings. Okay, and I'm gonna try to reuse it with codex. So let's see if it will be able to like figure out that these are two that these paths are two images. And there is one more thing. I want you to spin up a localhost server and present us design options for that. And as well, we have to reuse it in codex prompt. And I'm gonna as well extend it a bit for codex to let it know that there is NVM available. Because the last time I asked it to start a localhost server, it was a bit confused and tried to find a way to run a server, and it was jumping from one failure with node to other failure with node. So then I told it that there is an NVM, and please use NVM, it should all work. Okay, let's take a look at the Redis support now. Okay, that is interesting. It says there is no... Okay, we are in the wrong project. Sorry for that. But that's how live streams look like. Sorry for that. Let me quickly move that. Okay, so there is a Redis support. Okay, but that means that we have to also recreate sessions for the default settings. Let me do it quick. Okay, okay. Okay, then please stop. Okay, good. So that is ready. Okay. And we have to stop this and this. Yeah, that's how it looks from time to time. Not everything is perfect, and that is why also I believe when I said that everything is transparent, that it is really transparent. So if you have questions, I'm gonna be honest with you, and if there is something that is your concern, then you can as well ask it. Okay, let's see if that's gonna work. I hope yes. Okay, so that is cleaned up. Okay, so now we are in the right directory. Okay, everything is fine. Good. So let's take a look at the Redis support one more time. Okay, so it looks like we are kind of ready, but we have to introduce a strategy pattern for our provider. So one of them will be databases provider, the other one will be Redis provider, as I understand. So there is a thing I recommend you as well. That's what we're gonna do now. So we did the research, exploration phase, and now, so this is the conclusion, yeah? So now let's create guidelines from that, and let's store those guidelines in a dedicated document for the future, because it may not be the last provider that we're gonna bring to Shikigami. So yeah, that is my recommendation, and that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, so I want you to do two things. So the first will be to spawn sub-agents, and then I want you to prepare a file with guidelines on how we should design this specific change, and then in the future, how can we add new providers, how can we bring them to the application without breaking our architecture. So yeah, file with a guidelines, and then also okay, so this is the first thing to do. Okay, let's not start too many things at once. So that's the first thing. And actually what I can see as well, it mentioned that there should be a provider's MD file, because we have a file that is dedicated for architecture in our application, and it is called architecture MD. So this is correct. But first step is to prepare a file for providers, and then based on that we're gonna continue with the more specific, more detailed implementation plan and then the implementation. And there is another thing that I wanted to start today. This is the LSP integration. But I don't have a ticket for that. I didn't start working that much on it. But for sure, what is our plan? So we want to support PHP, JavaScript, and TypeScript. And I also recently received a request from one of my friends. I know there are a few people that are using Shikigami, and one of them asked if I can bring Python as well. But that, again, it means I want to make a step back and start from designing guidelines and how we should actually wire things together to make it first testable, then extendable for the future, and easier to maintain in the long run. So, okay, let me answer them, and then we'll start another session. Okay, so next session, I'm gonna name it LSP Guidelines. Yeah, and it's gonna be, of course, Opus and high effort as usual. By the way, if you have questions regarding the application, please let me know. I'm here to answer. And but I have a request as well. Once you try Shikigami, please let me know. Like maybe here in the comments section, or you can consider joining our Discord server, and then you can find me and let me know what you think about it. If you like it, if there is something you are missing or something you don't like, please let me know, because we are here to make it as best as we can and and reach as much people as it's possible to collect feedback. Okay, so now the prompt for the LSP guidelines. So I would like to bring a few more programming languages to our editor area, and from what I understand, that requires LSP servers to be running, and I want you now to research on best practices, how we can implement these integrations. From what I know, we have to make sure that all those servers that they are running not in main process, but in a dedicated sub-processes that Electron will manage. So I want you to research, look for best practices, and you can as well look for references in other popular tools that are available on the market. So please run sub-agents and make a deep dive analysis on that. And there is also a link that I also found that might be useful for the research phase, so I'm gonna paste it as well. And yeah, let's go. Okay, but I don't see a localhost server. Where is it? Sorry. For the redesign from Claude. I think you missed an important requirement that I asked you for, which is running a localhost server and presenting us design options that you want to implement. Okay, so the codex started server, but it doesn't work as I expected. So please give me a few more minutes. Okay, so the Redis research is done, but I will run review on that from our Shikigami architecture agent. Okay, good, but now I want you to run review on this document and please run a Shikigami architecture reviewer. Okay, so we have the design available that was created by Claude. Let me show you. So these are default settings. This is the default settings area. And we have 4 groups on the left, in the left column. And again, it's the same problem, the same issue that we've seen last time. So mockups, okay, I understand that these are mockups, but the thing is that they are not reflecting as much as I wish. They don't reflect the current state, and I am afraid that that leads to then inconsistencies in the final implementation. But okay, we have those. We have those groups on the left, which is great, and then on the right, settings. Okay, this is good. Let's maybe wait a bit for codex. Let's give it a few more minutes. It is working. Let's give it some time then. Okay, the document was created, as I can see. Okay, so let me show you. So this is codex. There are 3 options. Split layout. Okay, then this is compact. Let me make it bigger for you. So what is actually the difference? Okay, we have theme interface signing, then defaults. This is a more compact version. Okay, so option A reuses the design from the new agent form. Okay. This is wider. Okay, I see. Maybe let's ask them. Let's ask them to be more creative, maybe. Sorry, I don't have that much experience with designing with Claude or Codex. But let's try. Okay, good. So I like the mockup, but the thing is that I would like to improve the design. So be more creative, please, if you can, and as well, please avoid typical AI designs. I want you to prepare something that looks modern and match the overall design of the application. And let's reuse that prompt as well for codex. So let's go. Okay, so the LSP guidelines, this is in progress. Then the Redis support review. Okay, just finished. And this is great. So based on that, we will start implementation. But first we create a spec file. This is our default flow. So first is research design, a knowledge collection, something like that. Then we move to a spec phase with specification requirements, more like a business requirements, and then an implementation plan. So for now we have to continue with a spec phase. Okay, so as I understand, guidelines are ready and we can now start working on a specification file. Is that correct? Okay, and it looks like codex redesigned or refined the mockup, so let's take a look. Okay, let me show you. You can let me know what do you think about that. But it looks like a typical AI design, I have no doubt. So for example, if you take a look at the Claude codex selector, by the way, a few things are like completely off, but that doesn't matter today at least. But if you take a look at the border of a Claude element that is selected, then the left edge is thicker than the rest, and this is typical AI thing. Then run defaults, under the run defaults label there is an agent profile active, and as well there is a nice AI element on the left. So well, I'm not a front-end developer, I'm not a designer. If you have tips how to use codex or Claude to create more beautiful designs, please let me know, because maybe the only option for me now is to use Claude design. I don't know. And what about Claude? Is it ready for us to take a look? Ah yeah, refreshed. Okay, let me open that. Okay, let's have it bigger, and this as well, the left, you see, You see, they even use the same like ways to indicate that something is active, like again an indicator on the left. In this case, this isn't a part of a border of a button, but the effort items has a left border selected, or highlighted, I should say. But it's nice. It's nicer, I guess, than the codex, and yeah, you can even switch between those groups, and there is a nice settings icon and the label. Let's take a look at the live preview. What is the difference? Okay, so let's go with direction A for now. We can always later use Claude Design and bring here much better UI. For now, I think this is okay. It is at least better than well, it is much better than what we have now, because this isn't as readable as I want it to be. Okay, so I choose option A. So now please continue with the next phase. Is it either spec or an implementation plan? Please let me know. Yeah. And let's go. And that also means that we can, for now, close codex and remove that session. Okay, and as well we found a possible bug. Well, it's not a bug today, but will be in the future. So the current PHP implementation, PHP integration isn't correct. So good that we started from exploration. And that means as well, because I'm not sure if this is ready to be. Okay, let's ask it. Does it mean that we can, based on that research, create a file in docs directory doc or docs directory with guidelines for the LSP servers integration? And regarding the Redis support, so the first thing we want to do is to refactor, and then later we will work on the desired implementation that will bring Redis to the application. Small steps, not everything at once, because first it's easy to get lost, and then second to start hallucinating by agent. That's what we want to avoid. Okay, so if this is ready, I want you to merge that into the local main branch, both LSP and claude MD update. So in terms of default settings for a model, an agent, I want it to be almost the same as the new agent form was designed, but the rest, as in the specification, it is mentioned exactly like we designed it. Well, this is correct. So for now, we're gonna have only MySQL, and that's the current state. So this is correct. And now the question is, what is wrong with having an agnostic coordinator and decomposing database service? Okay, good. Last question. So what are next steps? What should we do next? Okay, please print for me a list of crucial points from that specification, and I'm gonna confirm if this is fine or not. So what is wrong with the JSON RPC library? Why do you recommend to have a custom? Okay, let's take a look at the default settings. So now we have a list of changes that come from specification file. So let's take a quick look at it. So we're gonna have 2 columns UI, 4 groups, 4 topics, and this is correct. And the design we decided which way we want to go. That is also mentioned here. and I want to keep it consistent with a new agent form. So that's more or less how it should look like in terms of a default agent and effort, agent model and effort, of course. Yeah, okay, this is correct. Okay, good. So now I want you to prepare an implementation plan, and then I want you to run code review on it, and then Shikigami agent architecture review. Okay, good. And in terms of providers for databases connections, so I want to have an abstraction to enforce a contract, and then different providers should implement that. And this is, yeah, and that's going to be a pattern, a strategy pattern that we want to use for that feature. So this is the databases area, and my desire is to add more types of connections. So not only MySQL, but as well Redis. This is the next step in this in development of that area. Okay, good. So now I want you to write an implementation plan based on that, and please remember to run code review and architecture review, and I want both of them to be run with an Opus model, and architecture review that should be handled by a dedicated Shikigami agent. Okay, good. So it means, okay, so we have two things in the planning phase. Let me take a look at the LSP. Okay, so it means we're gonna reuse what we can, and what we cannot, we're gonna implement. So what are next steps? And it looks, guys, like we wanna start from bringing TypeScript and JavaScript first, then maybe PHP. I would like to have PHP because I'm a PHP developer mostly, but let's see. And sorry, I almost forgot Python. That's the next important language that I would like to bring to Shikigami. And let me take a look at the usage. Do we still have tokens? Yeah, we still have plenty of tokens. So in the current session, so it means that it's the right time to start researching on monorepo support. We don't have that at the moment, and I know that there are people who like Shikigami and would like to use it with a project that is built with monorepo configuration. So actually it's a repository that contains more than one application. In simple words, that's what it is. And we don't have it now. So let's run subagents to verify how we can bring it, how difficult it is, what is the current state of the code base, and if we need to refactor things or we can easily implement it as it is now. I would like to have a monorepos support in Shikigami, so I want you to run subagents and first verify what is the current state of Git integration, how we handle repositories, how we discover repositories configuration within a workspace. So that's the first thing. And then the second is to research how Electron applications can support monorepos, if there is a library that we can reuse. So that's the second step. And then the third will be to evaluate and make a decision which direction we should go and how difficult it is to bring monorepos support to our application. By the way, if people that are with me now, hello, if you know what is the result of a match between Argentina and Egypt, please let me know, because I don't know, I cannot watch it. I think it is still, or they finished, or they are still playing. Please let me know. Okay, so it's 3-2 for Argentina. Thank you. Okay, so for the LSP and TypeScript and JavaScript, in this case, I'm gonna go a full path. So the full implementation, I want to see it working, all the features. So it means completion, symbols, syntax highlighting. That's what I want to have. There is no time to slow down, slowing down this feature. We can always disable it. In terms, it's gonna be buggy, but let's try this time. Let's try to implement as a full set. Please explain what is the difference between first and the second option. Okay, so since we want to support all of them through LSP, so let's as well support TypeScript through that, through the same path. Yeah, and there was one more thing that I've mentioned at the beginning and I forgot about it. This is a git blame div preview. Let me show you. So this is the, let's name it git blame history div preview. Okay, new work tree. And that is the, so this is the thing. So last time we worked on improving the UI design of the git blame part, but you cannot click on it. So the idea is to add the functionality to click on it and then open a git div preview, exactly the same like this one. Yeah, so this is a tree and you can click on files and then see preview, and there are two ways to view, two types of views, overview, to preview changes. So one is side by side and the other one is unified, and that's exactly what I want. When you click on any line, then this should be opened and presented for you. Okay. I want to extend a git blame behavior. So as you can see, these are lines that indicates what was committed by who and when. So I want to add a click behavior to it. Once a user click on it, we should open a git history toolbar with a focus on a commit that touched that specific line. yeah, so it should reuse the current components set and scroll down to a commit in a history that references to a line that you clicked on. Yeah, and this is the right question, and I was wondering if it is going to ask, so how we will provide language servers, because we can bundle them, or users will install this. Let's start with a bundled option, and then learn what is the size of the application and if it makes sense to bring more languages the same way, or maybe we should just make it optional once you kind of a marketplace, but not exactly the same thing. So you download an application installer which doesn't have any LSPs, and then you decide which one you want to download as well, and the application will do it for you and install it. But okay, let's start with a bundled, and then maybe you can improve it. Like I'm freestyling a bit. I don't know if what I described now is possible. We're gonna learn that soon, I believe. So for now, let's bundle it within the application. So TypeScript will be bundled, and let's see how it works, because maybe this is the wrong way. We are learning and progressing at the same time. Of course, I did some research before asking for LSP support, but I'm not that much experienced with Electron and LSP, so let's see. And okay, so the monorepo support, and it is asking what is the use case, and that's exactly the first one is the one that I am thinking about, which is the one repository that contains sub-repositories, sub-packages, and the application should detect that this is that kind of a setup, and then the selector design, the selector UI should be different to support these kind of projects. Because for now, as you can see, it is pretty simple. It is just listing branches, and that's it. Today, I would like to, well, first, I believe we're gonna finish soon this live stream, so thank you for joining. But the thing is that today, after the live stream, I will release a patched version that contains some smaller UI improvements here and there, and as well the branches list will be refreshed for you. First thing is that the current branch will be on the top, then as well you will get an information if your local branch has a remote reference or not, and then the third information will be number of commits that you are about to pull or push. So yeah, that's it. That will be available soon, today, after we finish. But let me take a look at agents now. Okay, so my primary goal is to show a different design for branch selector component. So now if you take a look at this component, we just list branches that are available within repository, and that isn't the case if you have a monorepo setup. So my goal for now is to prepare our branch selector component to handle as well cases when a user run a workspace within a monorepo directory. Okay, and we're gonna have a first thing ready for implementation, because the agent is asking how we want to execute the plan. But let me take a last look at the output. Yeah, let's make it bigger. Okay, so how we worked on it. So we had designed, then the specification, then an implementation plan, then reviews on the plan, and this is the outcome. So these things are fixed. So it addressed all the issues in the plan, all gaps, and now we're gonna run sub-agent driven. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong button. Okay, it's gonna run the sub-agent driven development. Let me take a look. Is it going to start now? Okay, I think it will start working on it, so this is great, but it's doing some final checks in the model shell component, as I understand. Okay, let's take a look at the other agents. Okay, good, so please prepare a spec for that. Okay, and we have a plan for... Okay, so the Redis... okay, this isn't actually a Redis implementation, but this is a refactor that prepares the code base for different providers, but I'm not gonna start that today, because I'm pretty sure it will take a longer time, and unfortunately I don't have that much time today. So this I'm gonna suspend for now. Then the default settings, this is in progress, and two other agents are waiting for my input. Let's take a look at the git blame. Okay, that one is working on a specification file, and then there will be an implementation phase after that. Okay, so thank you for joining. I'm gonna finish that live stream. That's all for today. Thank you for joining. Many people today, thank you, and thank you for letting me know what is the result of a football match. Thank you for that. if you are new here, I have a request. Please try Shikigami and let me know what do you think about it, if you like it or not. Then please consider joining our Discord server, and this is very important because there is no telemetry built in to the application, so I have no idea if something happened to you, if something happens with the application. I mean, if there is a bug, I don't know that because I respect your privacy, and I don't spy on you. I don't know if you are using Shikigami, how you are using it. So if you face any issues, there are two ways that the application will let you know about it. One is a post that should appear in the bottom right corner. Then you can click on it and to see details, and you can copy details and let me know. Discord server, so one more time, Discord server is the way you can do it. And there are unrecoverable exceptions, bugs, and then you should see a slightly different view, but there is as well an option to copy the error along with a stack trace, and this is very important because without it, it is harder to debug things. And if you would like to contribute to the application, that's to the development of it, that's one of the ways you can do it. The other one is commenting, letting me know what would you like to have in Shikigami to make it more useful to you, and the overall feelings about the application. I am open to hear it. So that is it for today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for likes and subscriptions, and the plan is to meet again in 2 or 3 days, so let's see, and expect today as well an update. I don't know, maybe in half an hour it should be available for you. And there are two ways. You can either wait until the application figure out, like learn that there is a new version available, that there is an update, or you can start the application again, restart it, because Shikigami checks on startup if there is a new version available. So okay, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, and see you next time. Bye bye.